perhaps a strap or normal stuff, blocks, maybe a blanket if that feels supportive to your body. Just taking a moment to settle into your space, into the ground. You might close your eyes or have a soft gaze. And just taking these moments to perhaps letting each exhale kind of settle us just a little bit deeper. Starting to truly feel the connection of the ground beneath us. And if you're seated versus laying down, without rounding our spine, but really feeling that settling through the hips, the sit bones, thighs, the shoulders. And at the same time, feeling the length of our spine. Let's stay with that awareness of our breath, maybe envisioning our spine right now. On the in-breath, perhaps envisioning the tailbone, breathing in, filling all the way up to the neck, the base of the skull. On the exhale, visualizing coming all the way back down to the tailbone, releasing the breath. Just taking this opportunity to really connect to our body, connect to our back body. Our stability. You might start to deepen the breath here, so lengthening the inhale, lengthening the exhale. And if it feels helpful to you, you might bring one hand to your heart space, one hand to your belly, continuing with that awareness of our spine. Nice. And then we'll add in some vagus nerve stimulation. We can start with the VOO breath, VOO. And what we'll do is we'll take an inhale through the nose, and on the exhale, on your natural exhale, releasing it with the sound of VOO, VOO. Taking that breath in. See if you can start to feel it through the throat, all the way down through the diaphragm, deep into the belly. And at the end of your natural exhale, we'll take another inhale. And again, we can review and always knowing if you find it stimulating versus any kind of relaxation and it doesn't feel good, just stop. Mm, Take about 3 more rounds. Mm. And as you're ready, coming back to your natural breath, and just taking a moment to notice. Notice what you notice in your body. And you may take your hands and hooking your thumbs, letting your fingers go to opposite sides. So your right hand is near your left armpit and vice versa. And we'll just do some bilateral tapping. Notice your breathing. Deep breath in through the nose. Long breath out. Just take one more, taking your right hand, and we'll bring that underneath your left armpit. And your left hand will go on the outside of your right upper arm. Nice full breath in. Long breath out. One more, just like that. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Lovely. Releasing the hands down. And just taking a moment to notice. Feel what you're feeling. And as we think about perhaps the day ahead, you find something that you feel truly grateful for. Maybe someone you're seeing, something you're doing. Picturing that in your mind's eye. And then setting an intention for our practice. Setting an intention for our week. Nice. And then wherever you are, just bring our palms together. We're going to rub them pretty vigorously, feeling lots of warm energy. And then let's separate our hands, like an inch or so, no right or wrong. Feeling that energy, that tingling. You might gently just place your fingertips above the brow. And placing the palms of your hands at your jaw, letting your fingers just rest. And your hands at your heart space, maybe one on top of the other, offering yourself kindness, compassion, tenderness, and then bringing any movement into your body, just noticing what wants to move. Nice. And then from here, we can start on our backs. Let's do that check-in. We're going to lay down on our backs. And as long as it feels comfortable and safe in your body to have your legs long. So sometimes right away it doesn't feel good. And that's fine. If that's so, then just bend your knees, bringing your feet closer to your pelvis. But perhaps we're laying flat here and doing a check-in. Does one hip feel higher than the other? One shoulder? Does one foot feel like it's turned out more when you release the feet to just flop? And it's all information, right? So just taking in that information. And then from here, I'm going to bring my toes so they kind of face the sky. And then I'm going to rock them forward and back. And for me, it feels comfortable to rest the backs of my hands on the ground. And so I could feel this in my sit bones, my sacrum, my shoulders. But what we're also doing is creating this beautiful space in our spine, our lower back. And then whenever you're ready, you can release the movement and just check in again. Notice how things feel, if there's any shift, better, worse, the same, higher, lower, just whatever is present for you. And then we're slowly going to kind of bring the feet closer to our pelvis, so we'll bend into our knees. And see if you can find your constructive rest. So, meaning your knees are bent, and if you were to kind of let go, with the legs flop out. So if so, you might kind of heel toe your feet out a little bit. So the knees don't fall in, they don't fall out. Notice how your lower back feels right now. If there's a large space, if it feels very neutral, if there's very little space. So kind of speaking to our pelvis structure. And just notice how this feels. You know, in my own practice, I always seem to start off with a constructive rest. And then as you're ready, you might hug the knees in, be rocking side to side, giving the lower back a little massage. With the legs somewhat together, make some big circles here. And reversing those circles. And then we can circle the knees away from each other and back together. Notice how the hips feel. And reversing that. And then let's send the feet up to the sky. And if it's the first time, it is for me, I feel very stiff. So just kind of noticing that. You might bring some movement to your ankles, your wrists, flexing, pointing. Nice. Let's bring the left foot down and we'll just bend and lengthen that right side. So flossing the sciatic nerves. And you might want your foot flexed, or it might feel better in your body if you just let the foot be relaxed, or maybe even have a somewhat of a point to it, to the toes. Nice. And then from here, let's bring that right foot up to the sky. Let the arms rest down by our side. And we're going to slowly lower that right leg so the knees are in line. So it's kind of halfway between the ground and the sky. And as we do this, really feel your left foot planted on the ground. Feel that support of the left side. And then feeling the right thigh muscles start to engage. Quads turning on. On the next exhale, you might lower that right leg towards the ground. And then gently lifting up to that halfway point. Take about 3 more breaths, cycles, movements. Beautiful. And then as you're ready, you can just place that right foot on the ground. As we send the left foot up to the sky, let's lift it all the way up, and your right foot can be, knee could be bent or long. And we'll start to floss that side. So pressing that foot to the sky, bending the knee. That foot could be flexed or not. Noticing the difference of the two sides. Nice. And then we can press that left foot up towards the sky, perhaps resting the arms at our side. Right knee is bent with your foot on the ground as we start to slowly lower that left leg so the knees are somewhat in line. Feeling all 5 of your right toes connected. Feel your heel. Notice if you're starting to tilt, if you're off balance with your hips. And slowly that left muscle start to fire, engage. Taking a full breath in. On the exhale, slowly lowering that left leg down towards the ground. Inhaling back up halfway. And then just continuing that 3 or 4 times, moving with your breath. Notice if your upper body is starting to curl in. See if you can find some width, some space. Still feeling your 5 toes on the right side. I'm noticing I could really feel this left hip flexor working versus the right side. I wasn't as aware. Beautiful. And we can just bend into the left knee so both feet are on the ground, and just kind of notice how you feel here. Excuse me. If you have a block nearby, you might grab that and just place that between the knees, or between the thighs, but up towards the knees. And I like to put it on the second width, if you will. If it's too narrow, then it's kind of going in and it's not hip width. So I need a little bit more width, but every body literally is different. So just notice that for yourself. And then let's start to lift up the pelvis. So you're going to feel your feet connected to the ground. And then right when you get to that 12th rib, we're just going to stop there. I'm doing a lot of this lately. So just kind of be with this. Notice if your feet are opening, if the big toe is lifting. See if we can, again, engage your entire foot on the ground. Start to draw the energy up through the pelvic floor. Soften the shoulders. Breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful. Let's gently lower down. And then we're going to lift back up, either stopping at that 12th rib, or if you'd like to continue and bring it up higher. There's no right or wrong, good or bad. That's what feels interesting in your body. Pressing gently into the block. Feeling your feet. Maybe pressing in your big toe on both sides, and that might ignite your glutes. Pressing on the inside of your heel. Take one more deep breath in. On the exhale, let's slowly lower down. Beautiful. You can remove the block, and then we could just lift the legs here. We'll go into our reverse tabletop and notice your lower back here. If there's a really big curve, you might kind of lengthen yourself out, but find your natural curve. Hands to the sky. Option to either tap down your right toes as you reach the left arm back, or maybe lengthen that right leg, and then come back to our reverse table, moving with your breath. Maybe one more set. Beautiful. You might hug the knees in, rock side to side. Let that go. And then from here, let's kind of roll onto our right side, and feel free to have something under your head for support. It could be a block or a blanket. And I'm going to bring my knees out in front, stacking my upper leg on top. My left leg is on top. We did this recently too. So what we're doing is actually working on our QL, so our side body muscles. So let's lift that top foot. And as you do, you might even place your left hand right by your hip, and you can feel that contraction. So when we contract here, we're lengthening on the right side, and then we lower down. So the option here is you can continue with the one foot or maybe lift two and lower down. I like that I could feel that contraction. And then one more add-on, you can stay with this. Or you might bring your left hand to the crown of your head and lift up the head gently as you lift up your feet and soften down. So I'm going to take two more of those. I like having the support of my hand. I don't want to strain my neck. But it really offers a lot for the right side here. Beautiful. And then as you're ready, just relax down. If you have another block nearby, you might place that between the knees, bringing the arms out in front, and we'll do some open books. You can do it with your arms out, or some people like to have the left hand behind the head, whichever works for you. Reaching that left arm or elbow back behind, following as best you can with your gaze, and we'll close that book. Let's do that about 3 or 4 times, moving with your breath. Beautiful. And then as you're ready, we can roll right onto our left side. I'll just flip so you can stay facing me. The knees are out in front again. And we'll lift that right foot and lower down. And the sides might be different. So this side, you might want to only be lifting one foot or vice versa. Maybe you lift 2 feet. Drawing that energy up through the pelvic floor. You might truly feel this, maybe lifting up the head. And again, I like to use my right arm to help support my head, support my neck. So we're contracting that right side and lengthening and strengthening through the left. Nice. And as you're ready, you might bring a block between the knees. Arms could be out in front, or you might, I'll do this side with one hand on my head just to show it. You might keep that right hand behind your head as we do the open books. So reaching the arm or elbow back behind you and closing it up. Let's take one more. Beautiful. And then as you're ready, you can just place that block aside. We're going to climb our way up right into a tabletop. We're going to do a specific breathing exercise, if you will, for our diaphragm and our psoas, our nervous system. So as we come into our tabletop, let's round the spine. And you might shift your body forward just a little bit. We're going to keep that rounding. And let's take 5 deep breaths, just like this. This is wonderful for sciatica. So I'm not releasing like I would in cat-cow. I'm staying with this rounded back. Beautiful. And then as you're ready, feel free to let that go. A little barrel roll in the belly. And we'll take that right into some cat-cow. Full breath in, let the belly drop, heart reaches forward. Exhale, rounding. Beautiful. Let's lengthen the spine and extending the right leg long. Maybe start with tucking our toes of the right side and just kind of pressing back into that right ankle. Let the shoulder blades slide down our back. Core is engaged. Beautiful. Then you might lift up the right leg. And an option to reach the left arm forward. Feeling the strength of your core here, the strength of your body. Beautiful. Let's bring that all down, lengthening the left leg, tucking the toes. And just pulsing into the left heel, left ankle, shoulders slide down the back, core is engaged. Nice. And then option to lift up that left leg. And maybe the right arm reaches out. Breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful. We'll take that back to our tabletop. Send the right leg out to the side, toes face forward. Inhale the right arm up to the sky. Beautiful. On the exhale, you might thread it behind the left wrist. Nice big stretch. Inhaling back up. Beautiful. Exhale down. Let's come on up on that left knee. Hands to the heart. Let's notice your body here. You might tuck your left toes if that feels comfortable. Get a little stretch there. And then perhaps reaching the arms out. And I'm going to sit my hips back towards my left heel. We're going to inhale, come all the way up, arms to the sky. And then I'm going to reach off to my left just a bit. Let's come back to center. We can do that again. Sit the hips back, we fold, come back up. Beautiful. Exhale, a little tilt there, really working that side. Come back up. Take that one more time. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands down. Right knee comes in, just releasing that in any way that feels good. Send the left foot out to the sky, to the left side, not to the sky. Inhaling the left arm all the way up. Exhale, thread it behind the right wrist. Nice big stretch. Inhale back up. Beautiful. Exhale down. Maybe tucking the right toes if that feels okay in your foot as we come on up. Hands to the heart. Nice. Let's sit the hips back, reaching the arms up. We're going to fold here. Inhale, coming up nice and tall. Exhale, leaning off to our right, really feeling that QL engage, our deep abdominals engage. Come back up. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, come on up. Reaching towards our right. Coming back up, and one more. Take what works from this, leave behind what doesn't. Beautiful. Bringing the hands back down. Left knee comes in, and any movement with the spine, the hips. Beautiful. Let's send the hips back for child. If it feels more comfortable, you might be in more of a puppy dog pose where the hips are over the knees. So either one, find what works. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Beautiful. On the next breath, let's slowly come on up. You might stop in tabletop, or you might send the hips forward a bit into more of an up dog. And then exhale, we'll slide the hips back. Let's just find some rolling movements. Really make this your own as we gently come on up. Again, please feel free to stop in tabletop, maybe bringing it forward a little bit more. I'm going to take one more cycle like this. Beautiful. This time we're going to send it forward. You might stop here in plank pose, or you might continue into up dog. Either way, we're going to come down onto our bellies. I'm going to slide my hands forward. You might interlace your fingers, or maybe have them down. I'm going to interlace them, and then slowly lower down, and then pressing up. Let's just move through that, slowly lowering down and gently pressing up. Take that one more time. Kind of a version of a cobra. And then the option is to place your hands maybe typically next to the chest, or you might want it a little bit wider as we continue with that. I like bringing my hands out further. I'll take about two more. Some rolling cobras. You might turn your head side to side. Beautiful. As you're ready, maybe reaching the hands back, lifting through the heart. The neck is nice and long. Gaze is down. Option to lift the legs. For the strength of your back. Beautiful. Softening down, maybe making a pillow with your hands. You might bend your knees and just let the feet sway. Nice. Let's Bring the feet down. We're going to slowly find our way into downward facing dog. So you might press all the way up right into it. You might slowly take it up into your tabletop, tucking the toes. Find your journey, what feels good in your body today to eventually come into a downward facing dog. So you can be with your hands on the ground, hands on the chair, hands on a wall. Maybe pedaling, bending one knee, bending the other. And slowly walking your feet towards your hands. Maybe taking opposite elbows or resting on your thighs. Feel your feet grounded here. You may shake your head yes, shake your head no. Beautiful. Let's start to come halfway up, lengthening your spine, sending your tailbone behind you, the crown of your head forward. Beautiful. You can soften back down. Your feet on the ground as we root to rise, press into the earth, reaching all the way up. Palms come together. We take that right to the heart space. Again, let's sweep the arms up, full breath in. On the exhale, you can take a full bending your knees as much as you like. Finding that half lift. Softening down as we root to rise. Bring it all the way up. Hands to the heart. Beautiful. From here, let's take another one of those vagus nerve resets, and really nice for the shoulders. So first, just notice how you feel in your body right now. We're going to take our right hand and bring it to the back of our left shoulder, to that soft spot here. Soft knees. Let's get a little bend going, a little squat. Holding right at the hip crease. I'm going to bring my left hand to my left cheek and then gently turn my shoulders, my upper body towards the right. Breathing in, breathing out. Taking 5 breaths here. Beautiful. Slowly turning back to center, gently releasing the hands, and we come on up. And just notice your left side, if it feels a little bit looser, a little bit more spacious. Take this to the other side. Left hand right to that soft spot, right to your traps. You can just press gently in there. I think it feels really good. Start to bend at the hip, sit back in our little squat. Right hand, right cheek. You could also do this sitting, and then gently guiding your face, your shoulders turning towards your left. 5 deep breaths. Beautiful. Slowly coming back to center. You might feel shaking. I felt that for the first time, my legs, my thighs. And then we slowly rise up. Letting the shoulders be soft. Notice how you feel. Beautiful. Find our Tadasana. Feet on the ground. Open palm, open heart. Reaching up to the sky, full breath in. Exhale, let's find a fold. Come halfway up. And then coming back down, you might have your hands on blocks, maybe on the ground, or you might step back from standing. So you choose your journey as we take the right foot all the way back. We'll drop the heel on about 90 degrees, and then coming on up to Warrior Two. Noticing your front leg, that it feels really stable. It's not moving in, it's not moving out. If someone were to push against your shin, you would feel strong there. Beautiful. Let's lengthen that left leg. You might hook your thumbs, reaching the hands behind. Beautiful. Let's release the arms. Warrior Two. Cartwheeling the hands down to a chair, blocks the ground. Right hand plants. You're up on the ball of your right toe. You can drop that right heel if you'd like. Left arm to the sky. Maybe circling the left arm. Beautiful. Let's bring that left hand down. I'm going to press off with my right foot into a supported Warrior Three. And then eventually bringing the right foot down, finding that half lift. Softening down, root to rise, bring it all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Taking that to the other side. Inhale, we lift, we rise. And we fold on the exhale. Gentle lengthening. And then softening. Feel free to again take this from standing or with hands on blocks as we step the left foot back, dropping the heel. And you can climb up. You can bring your hands to your right thigh. You can cartwheel up. Opening the arms. Check in with that right knee, that it feels stable and strong. Beautiful. Let's lengthen the right leg, reaching both hands. You might hook your thumbs, opening the right side body as you reach back. Beautiful. Releasing the arms, softening back into that right knee. And we can cartwheel the left hand down onto a block or the ground or a chair, reaching the right hand to the sky. Left knee could come right down or not. You might circle that right arm. Beautiful. Bringing both hands down. Same idea. We'll press off with that left foot. Maybe coming into a supported Warrior Three here. Cores engaged. Hips are even. Beautiful. Bringing the left foot down. Find that half lift. Shift the weight into your heels. Heart lift. Soften down. And then root to rise. Bring it all the way up. Hands to your heart. Nice. Let's shift our weight into the left leg. as we lift up the right knee. And you might squeeze it in. You might hold it out with one hand. You might use a strap. But let's try and find as much length as we can on the left side. Find your drishti. And think about when we do this laying down almost every practice. Beautiful. Feel all your toes on the left side. We'll slowly bring this right leg behind the left. And let's reach the right arm up and over. Beautiful. Bringing both hands together, shifting the weight into the right side as we inhale the left knee up, lengthening the spine here. Options to use a strap. You could stay right here. Maybe you hug in the left knee, growing nice and tall. Connect with your breath. Beautiful. Release that left side, bringing that left foot behind the right. Left arm reaches up and over. Beautiful. Coming back to our Tadasana. Start to roll the shoulders, shake the arms, shake the legs. So good for our lymphatic system, our nervous system. Beautiful. And then eventually our Tadasana, this tall mountain, will reach the arms all the way up. On the exhale, take that fold, bend your knees as much as you like. As we lengthen the spine and soften down. And let's find our journey to child's pose, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe it's stepping back into plank, table, softening the hips down by your heels, or in more of a puppy dog. You might walk your hands to the right. And walking your hands to the left. Beautiful. Coming back to center. We'll start to come down onto our backs, maybe having a pillow or a bolster nearby. I'm going to grab a bolster, but a blanket will do as well. And the option here is to take that blanket, pillow, bolster, whatever it is you have. I'm going to take something kind of low, bringing it under your sacrum, making sure you feel completely supported. So you might stay right here in your supported bridge. You might send your feet up to the sky. Find a shape that you can be really comfortable in, really restful in for about a minute. Feel the weight of your spine, your lower back, Your hips just feeling really supported here. And slowly, as you're ready, you might start to bring your feet down. Maybe again hugging in the right knee. Option to leaving your left knee bent. Some of us, it feels good to lengthen the left side. Some of us, it feels terrible. So please listen to your body here. And switching sides. Bringing both feet down. And then perhaps releasing whatever might have been beneath you, walking the feet away from each other with the knees bent. And just letting the knees sway side to side. You might cactus your arms. And then checking in with your body. Is there any posture, shape that you'd like to take? Please do. And eventually finding your way into your Shavasana. You might use that bolster again under your knees if that feels good for you, or just laying flat. Letting your forehead be spacious and wide. Releasing all the muscles in your eyes, cheeks, jaw. Shoulders and arms. Soft fingers. Inviting your whole body to land. And just be. I invite you to slowly come back to your body, connecting with your breath. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out, let it go. And bring some gentle movements into your fingers, your toes. Stretching in any way that feels nourishing. If it serves you, you might roll to one side or the other. Just taking a moment. Taking a pause. And gently making your way up to a comfortable seated position. You might close your eyes or have a soft gaze, perhaps bringing your hands to your heart space. Offering yourself love, compassion, and so much gratitude for taking this time for you and sharing your practice with us. The light in me honors the light in you. I hope you have a beautiful day today. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you so much.
Thank you indeed.
Seeing you all.
Enjoy this beautiful day in New Jersey.
Yes.
I hope you're having a nice day out there, Leslie.
It's a beautiful day here in
Oh,
Minnesota.
good.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Oh, my daughter's out there, I think, right now. You're in Minnesota right now?
Yeah.
My youngest is
Northern Minnesota. Well, good. She's enjoying a good day too.
good. Good to hear.
Hey,
All
I'm
right.
good.
See you next week.
All right. Take care. Be well.
Take care, everybody.
You too.
Thanks, Cynthia. Thanks for being back again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thanks.